Hello everyone, it's Keisha. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to try and make a background page with plastic wrap. So I have a white background here and I used acrylic paints by Crafters Deco Art. And I have black paint here, and this is from the dollar store, acrylic. And the nice part about the cheaper paints is that they are a little bit more runny, ideal for this type of crafting. I'm going to use blue on top of the white, and I'm going to use lavender on top of the black. And just to give an example, this was white gessoed with this blue paint on top. Then you place your plastic wrap on it, and then you let it dry. And then you take the plastic wrap off, of course. Got plastic wrap right here in this corner there, and yeah, I got my brushes. We'll use this one. We want a little bit of water, but not too much. I'm just gonna wing it, see what happens. Probably too much water. Now I want to be careful not to come too close. Oh yeah, whatever. This will work just fine. And you just slap it on, and I like a little bit more paint. I've done it now a few times, so I kind of know how it goes. You want it a little bit runny. Okay, and I have this paper in the back here to make sure that I'm not on my other. Put the brush away. Now I'm gonna grab some plastic wrap, and this is always the tricky part because the plastic wrap wants to, of course, stick to itself. And I'm gonna start, just lay it on here. And I don't want to get to the other page. And we'll just wrinkle it on, like so. Make sure you got some wrinkles going on. Moving the paint around. Okay, this is going to be very light. And I like to flatten it out a bit so that the paint is coming out. Not too much paint is staying in, because then the ridges are getting tall and hard, and that will interfere with the next layer if you put a next layer on. Okay, now we're going to use lavender on the black. I'll use a little bit more paint first. Not too much water, but a little bit. These are cheap brushes. Whatever color I use stains the bristles. Okay, so this is a very nice coverage already. Don't fall off. Get another piece of plastic wrap. You want it a bit larger than your page because you're going to wrinkle it up. And of course it's going to wrinkle onto itself. See, the wrinkles aren't too big of a issue because you're going to wrinkle it anyway. You want wrinkles, but you only want wrinkles when you'd want it and not when the plastic wrap wants it. Okay, and I'm using my brayer to gently remove some of the paint, or flatten everything out basically. And also, when there's an air bubble in here, I would like to have that removed. And I'm going to let this dry, and you want it to dry naturally. Don't use a heat gun to dry this, and it usually takes a few hours before it's dry. But yeah, look at the result. Isn't that just yummy paper? And on this one you can see through the paint the brush strokes of the brush. Just, yeah, the brush strokes of the brush. Really cool. Okay, we'll come back later and see how it turned out. So I'm back because I was thinking, what if I have to get something in here because it's not working. Okay, so I was thinking, what if I do the same thing on fabric? So I have here a fabric that is 50 cotton, 50 polyester. Got my gesso here. I have a card here. I'm going to scrape it on and then we'll see how well it is going to work. Alright, because it's going to want to go in the fibers also. I used a generous amount. And I have the feeling that it will become stiff like paper. But we'll see. Now, as you can see, I might have a bit too much gesso on here. Well, by the time it's all soaked in, might not be too bad. A little bit over here. I have a book where I put every leftover stuff in. Okay, put it right on here. No, that's a test. Okay. Let me have a look on the other side. Huh, it's still fabric. Alright, sounds good. Looks good. Don't want too many ridges, I think. Well, it is a test. Is it gonna go all blurry? Okay. Still can see. Oh, right. Okay, I have my hand here so that the camera will stay focused, otherwise it's going to be all blurry. It was in the beginning. Good, so I edited it out. Okay, so we're going to let this dry as well. And then I'm very curious what's going to happen to it. Yeah, exciting. Alright, see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back with my gessoed fabric. I peeked a little under here to see what is going on. And it got stuck to my board, which was expected. And that is a coffee stain from before. So yeah, it doesn't feel all that stiff. Although on the back I'd noticed where there was gesso, it is shiny. Gesso has seeped under the cloth and there's it shiny. Maybe I was smarter if I just left it stuck to the board when I was going to apply paint. I'm going to use wild eggplant and navy blue for the paints. And I'm just going to randomly spritz them on like before. And I will add water with my brush. Oops. I think I'm going to have a blob coming on. Don't want that. Okay, more purple. I like purple. So, I'm very curious what this is going to do. Oh. And a bit more purple. Oh, yeah, there goes my lid. That's a lot of purple there. A lot of water in this corner. And the trick is to have it somewhat still runny for it to work, so that the, I think I got a blob. Don't want blobs. For it to do what it's supposed to be doing. I'm pretty sure I need more paint. Alright, sounds good on this. It looks really good on this end. I'm going to concentrate on this end. How about more purple on this side? I don't know. I'm just doing. See, the gesso kind of waterproof the fabric, I'm thinking. Anyways. Alright, let's give it a try with the plastic. Now my plastic wrap is not as big as my cloth, but that's okay. You can use sections. Alright, that's good. As long as there's wrinkles in it, on it, you're good. I hope this fits. Try and fit the lid on. Now, what do you think, eh? Are we all as curious as me as what's going to happen with fabric? Okay, there's a air bubble there that I want disappeared. Oh, see, that's what does happen. If you press too hard, you get lines on your... Huh. Don't spill the water. Oh, yeah, I'm creating more. Don't stay off it. Oh, another air bubble here. See if I can push it out. Okay. Oh, another air bubble. Don't want an air bubble. Okay. I'm gonna set this aside to dry. Very nice colors. And I've got my book right here. I'm gonna peel this off and see what happens. Okay, let's go from this direction. Okay, let's do the purple first because I put that down last. Purple, lavender. That looks pretty neat. Now I love the blue. I think it does look better. Okay, what I forgot to say was when you have a light background, ideally you want a darker paint. And if you have a dark background, you'd want a lighter paint. Otherwise it's not going to show up. Oh, I love the blue. Oops, don't touch. It's still not dry though, but it is, after 10 or 15 minutes you can remove the plastic wrap. But sometimes I found out that if I'm too messy with too much paint, when you take the plastic off too soon, the fabric's gonna run together. And then you miss out on all the lines that were supposedly going to happen, but didn't because I took it off too soon. Let me see if I have my papers on hand. Okay, I'm gonna look for them and be right back. Okay, so here, let me move this first before I put my fingers in here. So this was a black background with red and too much paint. As you can see, the lines are not clear. Now this was a greenish background, somewhat like this, but then a little more greener. Oh, something like this. And then I added blue. I really like this one. Also black background with, then I put yellow, orange and red on it. And when I was done mushing it around, I added white dots. And then I pressed it on here, the cling wrap on here, plastic wrap. And again, I lifted it too soon because I had quite a bit of paint going on over there. Now, I do not know why some of them ended up shiny. Maybe I used a different paint that has a different consistency. Okay. I think what I used here was the red from Daler Downey. And this one turns out shiny. Or did I use blue on top? You know? Depending on what you want. You know, shiny or not shiny. So, and this one was a pre-wrinkled piece of paper that when I coffee dyed it, after it had been through the bath, I wrinkled it all up and very carefully unwrinkled it and then let it dry like that. And I didn't know it was going to do all that much, but this one looks really good. Same thing here with the blue. Can't really tell. Maybe like so. Oh, all that shine in there. This is an old one. Have no idea what I did here. Right, it's almost color on color. Oh, this is a mess. This is painted green and this is painted green. Alright, I'll get back to you when the when the fabric has dried, and yeah, I'm very curious what happens. See you in a bit. Alright, it's been a couple hours later and I think this is having a hard time to dry because it's actually trapped between two layers of plastic. So I'm going to, this is the fabric one that we just sewed and then painted. So very carefully I am going to lift the plastic then it has a time to dry, and it's not so wet that the lines will be merged together, so to speak. Very carefully. Okay, so now I'm gonna let it dry, and this looks really cool. I don't know, can you see it? Okay, all that glare. Look at that. All right. Now we're going to wait another few hours and we're going to see what this, how this turns out. So I'm back with the results. It's completely dry now. And I really like how this blue and white turn out. Not too crazy about the black with the lavender. And I'm thinking I have a little bit too much paint going on here and over here. But yeah, for the rest it turned out okay, and I really like this one. But then again, blue is my favorite color. Now this here is the fabric that I did. And that is just really nice. You can see a tree up there, over here. This turned out really nice. And yeah, I might use it as a journal cover, a base for tags, or a bookmark, or any of some sorts. I think you can make a good sturdy bag out of it if you have a big enough piece. But yeah. Anyways, I kind of hope you liked the project that we did today. And yeah, hope to see you next time. And talk later. Bye.